Today on Forbes, here's how much Pete Hegseth is worth, and it's less than you might think. In Pete Hegseth's 2024 book, The War on Warriors, he takes on what he calls, quote, the left's anti-warrior radicalism, and pitches the military as a force for egalitarianism in a democracy. He writes, quote, the military, properly understood, forges future leaders with fidelity to the Constitution, from the small-town poor kid to the big-city rich kid. The freshly confirmed Secretary of Defense himself went from a small town to a big city, but Hegseth's winding career, quite different from that of previous Pentagon heads, doesn't seem to have made him particularly rich. Forbes estimates that Hegseth, who is 44 years old, and his wife, Jennifer, are worth about $3 million, including cash, investments, and $700,000 in home equity. That's plenty more than the median American his age, but there's a catch. Only about a third of that fortune looks to be Pete's. The other two-thirds are his wife's assets. A longtime Fox News producer, Jennifer Hegseth appears to have socked away savings over the years in 2 IRAs and a deferred compensation plan, and now has between $900,000 and $2.3 million in those accounts. According to the financial disclosure, her husband had to file as a cabinet nominee, which only requires politicians to value assets in ranges. Hegseth makes plenty of money. His annual salary as a weekend show host at Fox was over $2 million, and during 2023 and 2024, he raked in between $700,000 and $2.5 million from book advances and royalties, and another $900,000 from speeches. Yet he only declared liquid assets of his own in a range of about $460,000 to $1.1 million, including Bitcoin, valued between $15,000 and $50,000. Without his wife's holdings, it's possible he, individually, may not even be a millionaire, despite his high earnings. So, where did his money go? For starters, Hegseth and his wife spend plenty on housing. Outside of cash accounts and investments, their main asset is a 77-acre Goodlettsville, Tennessee estate 25 minutes outside of Nashville, that's worth about as much as the couple is before debt. Public records and a real estate listing indicate that the property sports 6,900 square feet of living space, plus an unfinished basement, pasture and woodland, a 5-car garage, a pool, a theater room, and a 960 square foot 2-bedroom guest unit. He and Jennifer bought the home for just over $3.4 million in 2022. Forbes estimates that it's worth about $3.2 million today, and that the roughly $2.5 million left on the mortgage costs the Hegseths over $19,000 per month. On top of that, Hegseth had to pay for his 2 divorces, at least in part due to his own infidelity. While details from his first divorce are sparse, the second, finalized in 2018, was costly. Per divorce records, Hegseth was ordered to pay his second wife, Samantha, spousal maintenance of $20,000 per month for a year, then $17,000 per month for 4 more years through June 2023. The decree also ordered him to pay child support of $2,700 per month through June 2023, when the payment would increase to $4,000 per month, and pay for each of their 3 kids' $10,000 annual private school tuition. That adds up to at least $1.3 million out the door. All that helps explain why Hegseth didn't build up much of a nest egg despite years of high salaries and book sales. But a look back at his life also turns up episodes of impulsive decision-making and possible financial mismanagement. Hegseth denies most of the allegations against him, including those of financial mismanagement, sexual misconduct, and alcohol abuse, but did tell Virginia Senator Tim Kaine at his Senate confirmation hearing that, quote, I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. The White House and the Pentagon did not respond to requests for comment, and a Fox spokesperson did not respond to questions about Hegseth's or his wife's compensation. If those habits carried over into his personal finances, they may have contributed to Hegseth's lower-than-expected net worth today, and raised questions about his qualifications as he takes over the Pentagon's nearly $900 billion budget. For full coverage, check out Kyle Kahn-Mullins' piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.